You know, for like the holiday season, I was making gifts for a bunch of different people, like in my family and people I was gonna visit and stuff. So I had to go to the mail office with all my packages, and first off, when I went there originally, I was under the assumption, because I'd googled it beforehand, that if you bring things that are unboxed to the post office, that someone there would be able to like box it up for you so that they can ship it off. When I got there, I waited in the line for like half an hour after having not known exactly where this place was, and was wandering around this little like shopping plaza for like 20 minutes, like on feet, just trying to figure out where the building was. I got in there, I was like, "Can you package these?" And they were like, "Nah, we do not package." So either the internet lied to me, or these people are the specific location is a little more lame than any other location. But anyway, I'm standing there, and this line is like queued up from like inside the building, and then there's a little door into like the area where all the lockers are, so they're kind of separated by this like double door situation. So there's people going all the way out to the second door. And I see people ahead of me who are kind of like standing, like of the double door, only one of them is open. The one that is open, so people who are going into this building and out are both like having to use that one half of the double door. And I see people ahead of me in line are like standing throughout the entire archway, so that every time like a person comes through, they'd have to kind of squeeze past someone. So when I got up there, I correctly did not move forward until there was fully enough room to be me standing entirely inside the second room, so that people actually had space ahead of me while I was waiting to move forward to actually like get out of the door without having to squeeze past me. And I was like, this is logical, everyone behind me. This is the way to go. And I step forward, and as soon as I do, everyone behind me immediately just crunches. They were like, "Oh, we gotta get as many people in here as possible," because everyone knows that the closer you are to the front of the line in terms of physical distance, the faster you're gonna get there. So everyone's just crunched in this doorway, and like nobody can move out of it who are trying to come out of the building. And I'm just like, guys, I need some sort of faith in humanity today. Like, it's like the whole shopping cart situation where they say like the shopping cart, can people just make the right decision, or just be kind, or like just feel like they don't have to be like pushing forward immediately. It's so crazy. That's why I feel like probably extremely difficult for any of the COVID regulations to work on some people, just because the whole concept that humans have of just wanting to be closer to the end result. They feel like it's going faster if they're putting as much like little space in the line. Yeah, it's just like, people want to ignore reason sometimes when they're trying to get somewhere. I feel like that's the impatience, you know, road rage and all that crap. That's really what it boils down to. Man, I have not been saying basically anything about this game. As you can see, I've made a beautiful pattern, though. One of the best things to do is to alternate your animals. And if I were to get one new animal, this bluebird would be the one to move, so I can fit it in the middle and keep that symmetry. Symmetry is honestly extremely important to most people. Let's see. So we're just gonna boost these two. I don't know if I had actually intended on keeping either of them exactly, but something that dies would be good, I said to myself, which is actually this. I would like a dolphin. A dolphin is more powerful, obviously, than a mosquito, but a mosquito has just more stats right now, which makes it more difficult to want to do that. Another bluebird. Okay, we're like one away from level 3 bluebird, in which case if we happen to spawn a bison, I would accept one this upcoming turn, and maybe the turn after. Okay, this one doesn't look crazy bad. Obviously this guy's pretty big. Maybe with my melon armor I can break through. And we're gonna be good. Yeah, see? Color coding and just leveling as hard as you can, focusing on your units. I think my problem is honestly that I get a little too attached to my early game units. And then I have them and I ended up like to the end of the game with like 3 level 1s that are just kind of high stats and things like that. I don't know how important it is exactly to actually be like fully switching out your strategy as you level through the game, but I feel like I'm just not very good at it. Most of the times when I win, it's just based off like pure stats and things, you know? I never try any of those crazy builds. Maybe I gotta try some crazy builds. Man, it really took until the most recent update for me to understand in what scenario at all Dirty Rat is like a good animal. The entire beginning of this game, I was just like, in what universe do you want to give them a unit to attack yourself? Like, it seems so completely, like, unhelpful in any way. And only in the most recent one that I realized, oh yeah, things like Blufferfish or anyone that wants to be able to, like, use a before hit or hit attack or, like, bonus abilities. Getting hit by one little tip is the easiest way to get a second one across. It's basically, like, ensure one additional use of everyone's trigger, or of the person in front of its trigger. And then I could finally understand why everyone liked it. Have I used it very much? No. It does have a decent amount of stats where it comes in the game, but... So what's going on with my current team? Well, basically nothing. I've got 2 different shooters. I got one thing that decreases health. I don't think he goes before either of the shooters, so that's not necessarily a very good synergy or anything. I've got 2 birds. 2 birds is about all I could have asked for in the world, so... If I had more money, I could afford to use all of these chocolates in one time. Team Swan is in the house. Add 1 shop food and discount them by 1 gold. Can you discount my currently frozen chocolate by 1 gold? That would be honestly way cooler in my opinion. I mean, I could take the bird, but honestly, I think we're just gonna go for stats right now. And the stats are obviously not great, but a little better than giving them a Dirty Rat, and it's kind of just, I guess, filler. It is pretty crazy to see a team where I feel like both Skunk and Crocodile, I feel like they're, when I get them, it's like a whole switch in the game, you know? Like, for the whole beginning of the game, you're like, this is easy mode, it's got its own sort of logics. When you get to seeing Skunks, and you get to seeing crocodiles, then it's like, oh, endgame. Everyone's got 5s or 6s, and you actually have to have, like, things switched out. We're not looking at the same pets that we were looking at for the entirety of the thing up until this point. Ooh, I was gonna say, technically it is... Oh, they actually do decrease the price of all by 1. I thought it was just gonna be decrease the one that they added by 1. It's already turned 9, so I'm not really super inclined on using the bison, even though we do have a level 3 to help it out. Best thing here is probably just to start moving in on this little guy, which if pineapples were in the pack would have been great, just to increase the amount of attack he's actually doing each turn. But alas, they are not, so it doesn't matter at the moment. Now you might be saying, wow, you still, as you were saying before, have a mosquito and a bluebird on your team. You could probably switch this bird out for something with more utility. And I realized that, like, obviously 16 is a great attack, but the fact that its health is so small means it's probably way less actually useful. It probably only gets in, like, 1 hit most of the time, than I feel like it is. But it's still so hard to me to switch out something with, like, okay attack or stats and things like that. It's really hard for me to, commit to moving them for something that's smaller, even if I know in the long run, you know, a dolphin might be more useful or whatever. Double crocodile. I do respect apples. Am I a late apple person? No, I generally do not like them that late into the game, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so octopi is the squad. Let us see if they can handle it. Oh, that's one combination that I really like, mixing a toad with your mosquito, because even if the mosquito is only doing like 1 pip of damage to everyone it hits, it does instantly make the toad like apply the damage to them. Great combo. Double octopus. Okay, so this is a concept in that the reason I was also keeping the bluebird was because it was doing a little bit of scaling. Obviously this cat has way less stats than the bluebird, but we can use this to do an accelerated amount of healing. Like that was like, what, +4? So it was like +8 stats in one go. This isn't actually that great, honestly, but might as well because it's here. It's hard too, because I feel like I have too many support characters, you know? Like my skunk is like a support thing, my cat is very much a support thing. So I have almost no stats, I've just kind of got a few like supports and special ability things. I want like one really beefy unit. But I feel like I can't switch one out yet, because like the skunk is the weakest, but he's already level 2. But I'm still honestly doing amazing anyway. I feel like maybe I'm overthinking, you know? Maybe it doesn't even matter that much. Maybe we were destined to go all the way, all along. There was never no question. I mean, when you got your skunks and you got your cats. That's a match made in heaven, you know? You put them together. That's what they say. Cats love skunks. Bro. Okay. I thought that man was about to go full hippo on my ass. Okay, so... I guess we'll just do crocodiles because everyone else is so far away that that's probably not gonna get to the point where we can help. Tripled. So this is like 3-3. Yeah. One negative part is that, while cats, I think, are just really fun to play with, and I really want to use them all the time, because I guess it's fun seeing high numbers added to my team every time. I do find that the current weekly, there is very few actual foods that would be helped by it. Like, there's majoritively things like croissants and, like, let me look. Like bees, croissants, garlics, like things that actually aren't stack givers. Like at 5 and 6, the only thing is that meat drum. So I feel like it's just it is actually a lot more difficult to find anything that helps us in the way that we need. You know, actual stat gains like salads. Like I'm rolling purely for salads and drumsticks, you know? I do love using the octopus though. I feel like I rarely ever get to, but I don't know, something about how colorful they are. I know even before they switched them out so that they used to shoot multiple times or something. Like when they got hit. Like they did nothing on the- oh no, they got 16 extra stat points when they evolved. It's just a pretty interesting ability, I would say. I don't know if there's any other animals that has like nothing and then something. I guess technically the fish does, like, it becomes something, but Alright, there's this and this. If we get one more cat or a chocolate on the next turn, we could have the beefiest drumstick you ever seen in your life. Okay, I am seeing... Okay, the fact that we killed the scorpion could, save our lives here. Wow. This is a pure summoner team. Our octopus did amazing there. Oh my goodness, it's not even gonna be enough to save us? Oh. A draw. A draw is all we could have had for there, honestly. The fact that we did not, that bird was on 1 health, that was bananas. Okay, so no one's actually gonna have the ability to fully level up, but we have a lot of prospects. Problem is that prospects are still really scary because we only have 1 health left, so there's not a whole lot of future, you know, there could very easily not be a ton of future for me to be looking forward to. Aw, come on, I was gonna hit that one more time. Oh man, if that vulture hadn't happened to hit the octopus just then, I think we would have, like, completely pounced all the summons. Oh. Oh, I thought we were on 1 health. This whole time I've been misled. Who's been lying to me? Okay, Super Cat. Sadly, okay, well, we get the achievement if we do happen to get a win. Which would be, I think, very lucky at this point. At least we have a new achievement. There's no point in rolling, because I feel like we could very well just die on this turn. But I guess we should just do double attack once, like, I don't know, make the cat a little bit more useful while it's actively in battle. But yeah, you see, like, I love the cat, but there's so few food items in the shop. And I know I'm really on Team Swan as well, so I often have them when I get up to this point, so you can reroll a bit more and it maybe matters a little bit less. They really put all their level 20s in the back. Oh, bro. Oh my goodness, but you're again. I was digging a grave. I was actively sitting in a grave. I was so certain that wasn't gonna work out right there. -4, -12. Dang, man. We just want to get this octopi's HP up as high as possible so that she can use her like a shooting ability as much as we can. Which means that broccoli are actually really great because with their times 4, yeah, that's like +12. We get like... Oh, she's actually already at 50. Okay, well I guess we don't need that much broccoli anymore. I thought she was not quite there yet. Yes. And I feel like the green onion just works because it guarantees at least 2 attempts. Oh. Murdered by the summon. We had this one little guy left to go. Okay, well let's just do like one more back. 1 more or 2. So that one was extremely close actually for what I felt like was a very, I don't know. Maybe it's because the background is actually gray and blue that makes me feel like mosquitoes and like fish and Bluebirds just really works for me. I hate these guys. I do not respect Frilled Dragon. I do not respect crickets and horses, despite the fact that the last like 3 times I ran a horse cricket start. It did pretty well. Carried me into the mid game. I still, maybe just because I hate looking at them, I hate the fact that maybe they beat me a few many times in the past that I just don't like running them. I don't respect them. I do respect Fat Duck though. 2-3, that can carry you. Old Fish, he was the way. Never miss a chance to make a pattern. And we love duplicates, so they're beautiful. This is a good luck charm. We almost had perfect symmetry, and if we had, it would have been guaranteed the win. I would say now we've just got a 95% chance. The best part about the big squad like this is that the mosquitoes cannot completely ruin a whole unit of yours, like shooting a bluebird or a moth and completely kill it, so we actually have the advantage over anyone who went the alternative. And took a mosquito. Far less useful than you may have been, darling. Check out a level 3. That is a very worthy level 3. I'm kind of considering whether if I individually sell these, it's just +3. And now it's just +2. Okay, so technically it is better just to 1 by 1 knock down all that stuff. But I didn't really want to keep the 3 ducks on my squad, and I didn't really want to take any of the ones that were down there super much so that I would want to spend it, so I think this is probably still the same goodness level, although I realize this little level 3 is kind of useless. The hatching chick was a great find though. Even before it got nerfed, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's so cute. Maybe it wasn't as good as I remember. I was just inclined to like it, because look at that face. Look at that little diamond orange mouth. You can't say no to that. I'm getting kind of close to a level 3 on him. I do love swans, you know? We'll take the swan. We'll reroll once more to see if there's something else that could use this HP. Good enough, whatever. Doing that just because I want to get close. And that's the question. If next turn we were able to get another seahorse. I know it's doing moving things right now and just kind of going for the stats, but I do think that moving can be really useful. But if next turn we get to level up the seahorse, I would love to find a bison on our earliest convenience. None of my other units are close to leveling up, so it kind of relies on either there's 1 seahorse or 2 of anything else already owned, which is honestly also fine with me if you would like to hand that over. Was that our first loss? Dang. I feel like we had less than that before. You're not supposed to be here. This guy. Oh my god, is that what a frog sounds like? It sounded like a dying bison. Oh my goodness. I like giving the swan a croissant, because honestly they look a little French to me. Second swan. Alright, so that's some stuff that I asked for, none of which was enough to actually qualify. Bro, alright, get smacked. Smacked. Get smacked, get smacked. Boom, frog, your frog sucks. I have the dominant frog. See, I don't know what it hit, but it hit something that was better than theirs. You should have aimed further behind, you silly frog. Boop, boop. We are wanting a level. We have no level. We accept a cucumber. We request some life experience to push us further into the future. And in exchange, you have handed us 1 cucumber. Man, I am not the kind of person who, like, meal preps, like, all that often, generally speaking. But recently, I crafted a bunch of ingredients for a fancy salad that I could eat throughout the week. And this was, like, a real fancy salad, because I had to, like, cook in 3 different methods. I boiled eggs, I baked some chickens, I chopped a bunch of stuff. And then I mixed all that, like, I had, like, all the cubed oven chicken, and I have all the ingredients separated in the fridge. I mix them all together with some Southwest dressing. I feel like a real fancy person. It also makes me feel healthy. And rarely do I feel healthy with the food choices I make. I will admit, the number of times that this house has contained donuts in the last, like, year of living here, I would say that I didn't get any donuts for the entire time, except 2 weeks in a row now. There have been donuts present, and it is a weakness. Bruh, dirty rat. The real trouble is when a dirty rat, it doesn't even get to trigger its thing on you. It outplayed us so hard that we didn't even get to see his secrets. Here's a new question. Is a dolphin that's almost level 2 better than a hawk? The answer is no. I answered it before you even saw what happened. Should I have bought the owl before placing that? Yes. Oh, okay. Level 8 bison? That is definitely too late, given the fact that I was pretty sure getting it on round 7 was that was an extreme maybe, but maybe we have time to make this work. You know, like, it feels like it's a little bit behind whenever you have to stall on a bison, but what do you actually lose? Because you can actually count how much effect you've actually lost, which is just like 3 triggers, maybe like +4/+4 total stat gain. That's not that bad. You could easily give him some sort of food item that like brings him right back from the dust, if that's all that matters. Oh! Did not realize we were only on 1 life.